All right. Excellent.
So we go straight into the cast. There's not like a warm up.
Oh yeah, no, we are full on recording at this exact moment as
Nice.
the stream didn't actually work. So I kicked it to live and it said, "Yeah, no, sorry, not today, Satan." But that's okay. That's how it goes. But yeah, welcome in everybody. This is the first game. We'll be seeing you live in just a second. For the meantime, Admin Lee, you get a private session. You get a private first session.
What an exciting debut. Hopefully fewer people are watching, so I make less of a dummy of myself. But I'm
There
very
you
excited
go.
to be here.
Excellent. But yeah, with that said, we are going to be watching Obi here, Aeternum's killer on the Xenomorph. We've seen a little bit of Xenomorph recently, and I'm kind of into it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. We saw a little bit during the playoffs, and getting to see. Oh, yeah. This is the problem. I don't know how to use this tail properly. Do you?
Not.
Fair enough, but with that said, they do take a first tail attack. It is going to be I believe that's Kane's helmet that causes the mangle status effect. That's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be Kane. This is what we saw the other day too, is the Kane's helmet and emergency helmet. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna, yeah, I gotta switch. I can't stand the frame shearing. It's killing me.
Mm. Oh, big turret.
Well, so they're gonna actually
You
get
may
away
have been able to
scot
get
free.
that hit without the turret slowdown, so that's huge.
Absolutely, and looks like they're switching targets altogether. So they are splitting the pressure. It's kind of like pseudo sloppy.
Right.
A little bit of a hit and run action.
You don't get that hemorrhage, which is nice, but every second you force them to heal longer is really a big advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Another hit. They do have the turret set up, so Xenomorph going to get slowed a little bit here. Not too much. And I imagine that, yeah, it looks like they're going to be sticking to this chase potentially at the shack. Was Shack Pout
Right.
dropped yet?
I don't believe so. But he's definitely getting some help from that emergency helmet as well with these turrets. Clearly, it hasn't knocked him out yet of crawler mode. Now it does. Speaking of.
Yep, and running back towards the shack here. I was about to say, I always call this the dump truck. Is this a dump truck?
You know what? It can be. I just I just follow your lead. I think that's a good name.
Okay, we're calling it the dump truck. And 2 gens down. No survivors on hook just yet.
No.
Running around this tile, going for the mind game. They do end up holding W, and that will be a down. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be taking this time to reset as well. 50% on another generator. And survivors, honestly, sitting pretty, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's a great start for them. Honestly, I thought Sox did a great job of not getting caught in any rushed actions. Didn't vault.
True.
He never panic vaulted and made it hard for the Xeno to get a tail hit, which is amazing.
Absolutely, and looks like that was, in fact, that first hook was a pain resonance, so no surprise there. If the killer is allowed to take pain res, I think the killer almost always takes pain res. It's just such a good perk.
Just having that, forcing survivors to take all that extra time, being able to pressure from across the map on gens, it's just so powerful. It's so useful.
Absolutely, and looks like, yeah, they are able to split with these survivors. That gen is a bit interrupted. Ellen gonna take a hit in the back from the tail, and we saw this the other day. A little bit of a loreful gameplay here as Ellen and the alien go into chase.
I watched that yesterday too. Yeah, let's see who can win this time. Xeno conquered last time. Let's see if Ellen has a comeback today.
Ooh, this is a really interesting mind game setup here. As the Xenomorph wants to use their never mind. It was very quick.
Yeah, it's tough because it's all the tail is always in the back of your head, so you don't want to vault, but you get caught in a bad position. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Absolutely, it's like that Huntress Hatchet mind game, except I guess Huntress being 110, it's a little bit easier. Xenomorph being 115, pretty strong.
Right.
Ooh, and a pop goes the weasel to boot, so we know a couple of perks going on here. We saw the corrupt intervention at the beginning, pop goes the weasel, and pain res. Honestly, I would say it's fairly standard.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's still got one TBD, but it seems like it. But I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
Absolutely, and yeah, Xenomorph just kind of proxying here, hanging out while they get the unhook. I think they're going for the tunnel out here potentially. Maybe the original target not Maybe Jake wasn't, or sorry, Renato wasn't to their liking, so it's Ellen's turn to take the tunnel target. Oh, but look at all these turrets they have set up.
That's huge. And you can probably take that vault now. She stays, though.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Great vault.
It's really good timing there from the Ellen, not taking it down too early. Right. And wait, was that renewal?
I think so.
Oh my goodness, she had renewal. That's so insane. No wonder they dropped Chase. Yeah, you can't commit to that. Oh no.
That's just the reset that keeps on giving, huh?
Oh, absolutely. That is huge for these survivors. Only 2 gens completed so far, possibly a 3rd one coming in soon, but I'm not gonna lie, survivors have felt very confident during this game so far.
Yeah. They've done a great job of managing that tail and not giving him opportunities to get easy hits. Oh.
Welcome to the caster's curse. As 3rd gen does go down here for the survivors. The turrets are doing some work, though. They have done a really good job with these callouts.
Yeah, their placement on turrets has just been fantastic.
Nancy possibly going to take a hit over this pallet. No, hit tanks coming in from the Renato.
Oh, wow.
But they take the hit anyway. Kind of savage.
Precision on the tail. Wow.
Another pain res coming in, but that is after the 4th generator completes, which not where the survivors, or sorry, the killer wants to be now.
Right.
But say we've got. Okay, so they effectively really haven't started the 5th gen, so that is something going for the killer, but they've only got 3 stages so far, and they haven't really gone for any kind of tunnel out. They've been getting their pain res value here and there, but usually with Xeno, I guess Ellen having renewal really stifled the killer's ability just to go for the tunnel out here.
Yeah, that was huge.
And unless Renato is able to come for the unhook, I think they're happy to split. Yeah, Renato going for the unhook there. Survivors seem content to split the pressure on gens and even let them go to 2nd stage for this last generator. But Xenomorph, oh my goodness, look at the gen spread here. The Xenomorph has no 3 gen whatsoever.
No. He's definitely prioritized his chase and relied on pain res, which has worked for him in many ways, but 1 gen left makes it tough.
Yeah, the survivors just haven't made these chases easy. The turrets have been doing work. The survivors' teamwork and callouts have been honestly phenomenal. And again, this killer is a specialty killer. They're not easy to play.
No. You do have that advantage of people not quite mastering the counterplay yet, but still, you have to learn them just as quickly as they do. So it's tough. It's respect the choice.
Absolutely. Looks like Xenomorph hanging out underground a little bit. That generator almost completed, though. Let's say they do chase the Ungen off the generator here. 3 survivors injured, but there's still 1 across the map with 2 survivors firing away on it. Nope, I'm sorry. 1 survivor firing away, as it is very much ready to pop.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. And the adrenaline to boot on the Nancy. Renato in a bit of trouble here. There's the Noed, though. Not entirely surprising. The question is, will they be able to pick off another survivor before the exit gate is open? And I don't know. I think Nancy left just in time for it.
And I'm sure he'd love to find the Yunjin since she's fresh, but
true.
Sure he'll take any kills right now.
I think you're right. Nancy hanging around the main building. Yunjin far to the wind. Everyone except Nancy's injured here. Everybody have to crash around a little bit of urban evasion value even. Oh, but Nancy's going to be able to get this door open, and I imagine they will all head over there. Yeah, I think you just got to take the Renato points here since you can't find anybody else. Yeah, Xenomorph kind of annoyed there.
Yeah. What again is the expected outcome for Xeno? Have they?
We don't know yet. Xeno's still very fresh in the game. Survivors, or I'm sorry, not survivors. Killer mains haven't really adjusted to them just yet. It's still kind of a learn as you go.
Right.
Being a traditional M1 killer, I would say probably a 2K of some sort.
Right. 6 hooks.
But again, it's kind of hard to say. It's still a new killer. We saw Xenomorph perform well yesterday in some cases, and I remember during qualifiers, some people just 4-routed them, so. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loaded in for instant dodge, cracking out the Artist, immediately tossing crows into the distance, hoping to catch them in their spawn, but No Killer Instincts or Dire Crows to hit. However, they do see some survivors in the distance over here in the middle of the Corrupt Generator. And is that an ace that I'm seeing? Yes.
Seems like it. We can see
Oh,
these.
no. Is this an artist main?
You can see these add-ons too. Very strong. The Severed Hands and the Festering Carrion, I believe.
Yep, Festering Carrion and Severed Hands. Severed Hands arguably being just such a nutty good add-on.
Yeah.
Ooh, good job from the Ace dodging that corner strike, and Ace will be able to get to main building. However, Art is being pretty dang precise so far, and another whole W doubling back, and Ace will get away scot-free a little bit here. I don't play Artist a lot. The only time I really see much Artist is in comp, and it's a super hit or miss. It's the same as the Xenomorph, in my opinion. It's a specialty killer.
Right. And I went through a phase where I was a big artist main, still a big artist enjoyer. But you know, she's still very tough. You know, the W's can kill you, and even though it feels like she has cross-match pressure, a lot of times, even if you get cross-map down, survivors get picked up before you can even get there. So it really is a grab bag, like you said. Oh.
Ooh. Nasty strike there. However, look at the distance. 3 different survivors on 3 different generators. Survivors not taking this sitting down. 70% on this gen, 70% on this gen. And a pain res to boot coming in. I don't think anybody's surprised about a pain res on Artist, are you?
No. I think that was a safe bet.
Ooh, an immediate unhook as well, saying, hey, Ace, you want to get tunneled up for us? And Artist says, thank you very much. Oh my goodness, look at the timing on that.
And she gets her birds back so much faster after that Festering Carrion. Let's see what she does here.
True. Good job from the locker, though. Ace kind of boxed in here.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
beautiful
However,
play by the artist.
Look at the 3 gens also popping simultaneously. Right. This is a very fast-paced game.
Yeah, she's got to get him out of the game as quickly as possible.
And you got basement now, but the thing is, so survivors, you double up on 1 gen, maybe have another person get ready on another gen. I think that was their plan from the beginning. Let Ace die for getting 5 gens done, and then try and get everybody out unscathed.
Yep. Yeah, it's I mean, it makes sense after the Xeno game that that's how you'd want to play it. So.
True. True. Wait, what? Who they hit? Okay, it looks like they hit the Claudette over here in the distance, so
yeah. They're
not going to be able to get that gen done as freely as they like, as Claudette constantly has to reset these crows coming in, and Nia is coming in over for the unhook. No firecracker plan. That's going to be a hook trade.
Yep.
Nope, they want the ace. They don't care about Nia.
Yeah, it's not such a bad thing as killer to have a slug in the basement, so I understand.
True. Uh-oh, do they see the scratch marks? Yeah, Ace went W here. Into the corner behind the dump truck, leaving Nia in the basement. There is no Unbreakable versus this killer, so main building gen almost done here, but Ace kind of in a dire strait.
If she's able to get a quick down on him and Nia's already crawled out of basement, but if she can get both of them in basement, she's gonna be in great shape. Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Run by Ace.
What's the Claudette's gen progress, though, is the question. Claudette's almost done as well. No adrenaline on either of these survivors, however. Oh my goodness, that didn't hit.
What a juicer.
Absolutely. The question is now, do you go and hook the other survivor and go for the tie condition and try and hold it? Like, this is really tough. Ace has done a phenomenal job.
He has. Does Artist feel speedy? I don't know.
It could be. They might be. There's the 4 people on the Nia, though. Forcing
huge.
the hook here. They're on the exit gate. Is this going to be a 3-man out? It is. They get 3 stages.
Wow. Wow.
A little bit of a light show from the tap before departing. And, wow, Aeternum pulling out a phenomenal 3-man escape, only holding the artist to 3 stages. That will be a W in set number 1 for Aeternum here. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loading into the Mastermind and immediately rushing off. Oh, the screen sharing. I forget every time that Mastermind has screen sharing. It hurts me, but ooh, Survivor's kind of spawning inside the coal tower here, and Looks like Claudette's gonna be the first one spotted. Are you a mastermind enjoyer?
It's one of those things like Billy where I love watching him, but God, am I bad at him.
Oh my goodness.
So exciting though.
Sorry, that was really, really close to getting a hit from across the
I
map.
know.
Just coming straight back and getting that was really impressive. Getting the killer blight and the pallet drop to boot. You know, that's the thing. Like, so Billy for me is infinitely harder to play. I can't stand.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. That was a nasty hit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was such a great dash.
Absolutely. So, like, I don't like Billy as much to play just because I feel like he's not as rewarding. I do love playing Wesker. This killer is just fun.
Yeah, no, he's definitely one of the more fun killers they put out in a while. And I don't know how hot this take is, but I feel like he's a reasonably balanced killer, too.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Very good.
Absolutely. There's a lot of cool things to him. There's a lot of counterplay to him. He's really rough with the collision. Killer worrying potentially about a head-on here, and I think they're just trying to get away from the action. Pika coming in, and worth noting, I don't know if you guys caught it, but I know the survivors would catch this. This killer does have brutal strength, which honestly is, funnily enough, a very common perk for this killer.
I know, for a killer that can vault pallets, you might think it's not, but it really has a lot of value on him.
Absolutely. Looking around, seeing Survivor in the distance over by the hill. Gonna try and cut them off, potentially. Who is back here? It looks like it's the Ace. Probably a balanced landing in hand. Also worth noting is that was a pain resonance. So 20% off the most progressed generator, in addition to corrupt intervention. So we know 3 perks so far from this killer. And looks like they're gonna break off entirely, going back towards the unhook as Tap not able to complete a heal of any kind on the survivor, and Claudette gonna have to be dealing with the tunnel out here. How do you feel?
Yeah,
do you think they got this?
Who's got this?
The Claudette, look at this Tap. They are like protection mode.
I mean, as long as she keeps watching her check spots and doesn't get caught in trouble, they seem like they're in pretty good shape.
Super close there. They will be able to get the pallet. The problem is that, as everyone likes to point out, this killer can tunnel out very quickly once they get that 8% slowdown. First gen coming in.
Right.
We'll have to see how Claudette handles being 8% slower. Honestly, not doing too bad. Quick and quiet coming in handy there, but... Oh, the Wesker just does not care.
It's been so precise with his bounce. It's really impressive the way he's been able to get downs from such far distance.
Absolutely, and second up coming in for the Claudette. Nia possibly hanging out for an unhook, as I can't tell, this might be the Tap here. Yeah, it is, and they go down.
Wow.
And
It's
Ace
so
just plugging
satisfying as
away.
killer when that mind game can get you that quick down.
True. It looks like there's a 4 of the people from the Nia onto the Claudette, so Claudette going to be in a bit of a better spot potentially, unless they get found by Wesker and 8% slowdown is going to come in. Oh no.
They needed that spray badly, and now it's just going to be. It's so that 8% is so huge. So
Absolutely.
we'll see what she can do with it.
And especially since this bound potentially, yeah, that's gonna create the full infection. Now she's 8% slower, even with the speed boost. Gonna drop the pallet, and I think Claudette's job is like, hey, drop every pallet in the game of Dead by Daylight. I don't think she makes it back around now.
Yeah. And I know so many people practice against Wesker, but it's almost like you really can't prepare for that big of a slowdown, you know?
You can't, yeah. You just have to hope that you can drop it. And Wesker did is actually supposed to do. Vault back over, don't give them anything, and Survivor's in a bit of a struggle spot now. I'm curious how much progress is on this generator, because, yeah, I'm about to say, if I know Aeternum for anything, is that despite the fact that Survivor's getting tunneled into oblivion, that's 4 gens down. And this is, from any other side, this is disgusting Survivor play. But for comp, this is the standard. You might have a Survivor
really
dead,
remarkable.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's the. I mean, just in both matchups, their split gen pressure has been remarkable, and their ability to prolong chases against a really good killer has just been amazing.
Absolutely. The hit tanks were necessary, despite the hit tanks, despite the 4 of the people, despite all the... Oh! You hate to see it, but that will be another pressure coming in for this killer. Looks like Survivors are splitting pressure on 2 different gens. Just, again, phenomenal Wesker play. I think the Weskers just played insanely correct. And then the Survivors, on the other hand, are like, all right, good job, Wesker. 4 gens.
Yeah, it just goes to show you exactly like you said how hard it is against a strong team in comp.
Oh, okay, that's what makes me mauled right there. That
Right.
itsy bitsy bit of collision that Wesker's just like, oh, I can't get through. I'm like,
Right.
dadgummit.
The bump is just brutal.
Absolutely. Balance landing coming in, vaulting around, but they're inside the area, so I don't know what the plan is here. Maybe waiting for the gen to be completed from tap. I don't know how long it's going to take, though. Wesker in a good spot. Going in for the hook trade, it looks like. This will be a fresh hook on the ace, though.
Yeah.
And you can leave them slugged. You can go after the survivor instead. No, they're just going to go for a fresh hook.
Wow. I guess they feel confident around main to be able to get that other down while tap finishes the gen.
It's possible, but that's what we talked about, too, is with the pain res. Like, you can't be too confident because if you know that's a pain res, it's going to be a bad time for you. Oh, trying to get that collision right behind for vault, but not going to happen. And Nia's going to get us some distance here.
It'll be interesting to see if he continues to prioritize the Nia or force second stage, or both. With his mobility, he can do so much, but
You really can.
Tap is in a tough situation.
I think Tap just goes and does the generator. I think you need the 5th gen done if you're going to get some outs here. Oh, trying to force the pick at the last second. It's not going to work. Wesker knowing what's up, very heads up play. They will be heading over to the tap here for the last gen being complete. They will finish it, but now they know where you are, and I bet you the survivors are sweating a no-ed potentially.
Yeah, it's that's the risk of finishing that gen. You turn on your GPS and they come find you.
Absolutely. And I don't know if the second stage is confirmed. This is looking towards 4K territory for the Wesker here. And there is the no-ed.
Wow.
And again, hatch spawns at Shack per the offering, so this is looking to be a 4K for the Wesker. Really strong job here from Instant Dodge's killer.
Yeah, truly remarkable. I mean, they were doing such a good job on split gen pressure, and we're just absolutely pounding him out. And after the tunnel on Claude, he was able to just apply pressure to pretty much everyone at once with his mobility, and you know, just it was remarkable.
Absolutely. And going into the so the scoreboard is not correct. It is 24-10 in favor of Instant Dodge here. I think we forgot to hit a check mark on the back end, so we'll get that fixed. But a very, very strong score for the Wesker here. And this is why I love Wesker Mirror, because we get to see how Aeternum's killer comes out as well, just because they get a 4K, you know, at 5 gens. All right, you got to get a, you know, 4K 5 gens or 4K at 1 gen remaining. So.
Right. It certainly set a high standard.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
going to be a tough one to keep up with, but it's never say never. This was a great performance, but I'm excited to see the second
Absolutely.
one.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loading in for another mastermind, heading straight over to the Coal Tower, where this is actually, okay, this middle gen right here might be a game changer. That middle gen is pretty dang disgusting.
Oh, absolutely. Having that in the wide open should help significantly.
Absolutely. Looks like they find a Eugen over here. Ooh, okay. Going for the lab photo, it seems, not the not an egg or something.
No. I mean, I'm excited to see. I assume he thinks there's going to be a lot of pre-drops, so you want to get those pallets out as quickly as you can.
Absolutely. Oh, ducking in instead of flaring.
Wow, great movement. It's going to be interesting. One thing I'm curious about is just how much impact tap finishing that last gen will have. That could be a difference maker. If we see 2 4Ks, getting 5 gens done may be far bigger than we felt in the moment.
That's a fair point in Yunjin taking a hit across the map. So that's one of my asks from behavior is to give me hotkeys so I can hit 1, 2, 3, 4 to see which survivor instead of having to rotate manually.
Right. That would be beautiful.
One day.
We can only hope.
Indeed. And it looks like that was, I think, both a pain res potentially as well. No, it wasn't a pain res. That was a pop goes the weasel. Not bad. And you've got a central hook like this. This is a similar situation that Nurse is always trying to achieve with that agitation. Try to get that central map hook. And they're kind of playing this like a Nurse.
Yeah. It's gonna be a really punishing situation with Wesker. So I'm curious to see how they play this on hook and how Wesker plays around the chase, or if he just secures second. Maybe
trying to secure second. Your survivors haven't been going tit for tat on the gens yet. only halfway on 2 different gens. Wesker's not in a bad position to camp this out to second stage and then go for another survivor. Not to mention they got the infection on Yunjin here.
Right. It's yeah, if they're able to secure second and then get the tunnel out, they may be in great shape because it doesn't look like they're about to be 3 gens popping anytime soon. So
absolutely. Looks like Live gonna get some distance here, pre-dropping this pallet. Lab Photo gonna be doing some work here as Nancy is now in chase. I think Wesker's just waiting for the unhook to occur, but I think we're gonna wait for 2 gens to pop first. Oh no!
Oh, not the bumps.
That hurts. That hurts me on a spiritual level.
I hate to see it. It hurts my heart. Yep.
Wesker.
And now he goes back.
I say, yeah, they do finish a gen here. They are going to be back for the unhook. Sliding off the side, but I think it was intentional as they get the hit on the Yunjin. Any endurance and borrowed time now gone. Yunjin now have to run for her life. 1 gen down.
You can essentially bloodlust this. Someone needs to take a hit.
True.
There you go.
Oh, they got a speed boost from that though.
Yeah, they did. That was a tough break. The getting the thrown into the collision gives her the speed boost, even though she's already deep wound.
Oh no.
Oh.
That is rough, and that's going to be lights out for Yunjin. No decisive strike. Survivors resetting in the distance. 2 gens down. Survivors got a lot of work to try and bring this back, and that was right there a pain resonance. I guess not too surprising.
No. Pain resonance comp? No way.
Right? Renato going to take a hit, and that is going to be another hook coming in for the killer here. Survivors kind of in a rough position potentially. There's 3 gens to go. The killer has definitely been putting the pressure on. There's another pain res on whatever gen Claudette's working on, which doesn't have a lot of progress.
And to me, this is when he's going to get the most value from his pop. Now that he doesn't have to patrol as many survivors, keep track of everybody, he's able to, rush quickly to gens and get that extra 25%.
That's a really good point, true, and I mean, kind of tough. Oh my goodness! That was very, very close. Almost taking a tag at the window, but Nancy gonna be able to get around. Wesker heading back, though, not wanting to get too much to this chase.
All right.
But I say, how do you get 5 gens, how do you get the 3 gens completed just to try and get the tie condition? You don't want to be left with 1 gen remaining here.
Right, right. That's why I think that tap gen could end up being a difference maker. But we don't know. We don't know. They're in a tough spot, but you never know. Takes 1 good chase, 1 mistake, anything could happen.
Absolutely. Wesker playing very precisely here. Scooting right on by the Claudette here. Second stage is secured.
Wow.
Ooh. I love smash hit so much. This perk is so sweet. I am happy that it's on a 20-second cooldown. I am okay with that.
I was going to say, yep, I love that it has the reduced cooldown. I think it's totally fair.
Absolutely. Ooh, getting vacuumed into the pallet instead of sliding by. Cloud's going to get a little bit of time here. I'm wondering if they're letting the survivor hang to the last possible second to try and get some gen pressure done. No.
Oh my god.
They're literally juggling survivors.
Oh, that's tough. This could really hurt them.
Absolutely. It's going to be super brutal. They go for the unhook. There's the hook trade. Claudette going to be taking a tag here.
Wow, great bounce.
Nasty slap there, and that is going to be first hook coming in for Claudette. I don't know. I feel like things are slowly slipping away here, I think, for the survivors. This is really tough.
Yeah, that was a really tough situation. Having both survivors off gen with not really. Oh my.
Yeah, I think this is looking to be potentially lights out for the survivors. I don't know how you get those last 3 gens done.
Yeah. It's, do we have renewal on Claudette?
I think you are correct. Yeah, that is in fact a renewal, so a little bit of help there, not having to heal, but you also need to get, your inoculation, and
right.
I don't think it's going to happen with Wesker hot on your tail here.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Holding right at the junk tower. Oh, but they take the tag. Oh, but Renewal just healed them.
Wow.
That was
That's
just
huge.
in the nick of time.
Well, hopefully Nancy is pressuring Jens.
They are, but Nancy's getting
the way
pushed off.
he's been able to pressure pretty much every survivor at once has been remarkable, and really the difference maker.
True, it really has been. It's been super difficult for the survivors to stay on gens. They've been constantly harassed, and again, having, like you said, having that central gen that they can always go back to and push survivors off of, it's hard to tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. It just, I mean, it's just how it shows how sometimes that RNG can really be damning in Dead by Daylight, you know?
It really can be, yeah. And Cledit once again in chase here. I guess... Oh, I think I see what survivors are going for here. So...
Oh!
There is one thing that they have at their disposal. So Nancy is worth 6 points here.
Right.
Which is the same number as 3 gens complete. I guess if you want to try and hide the Nancy out, but no, they're not. Okay, I think they are taking the knee. But I say if you try to hide Nancy out, you could possibly get the tie condition here, maybe even a W, but yeah, doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, as that is going to be the 4K at 3 gens remaining here for Aeternum's killer.
What a performance by this killer. After Sox had such a strong showing, too. It's really amazing to see them answer the call like this.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, exactly. Wesker had such a good game last game, too. And yeah, Survivor's just not able to keep the same pressure.
Right.
But that will be the slow progress to death, as again, no Kobeing allowed unless you have Deliverance, and Deliverance is not allowed against Wesker as per balancing. So give me hanging out here watching Wesker do their moves. I've seen some crazy Wesker clips where they just go flying off and through a window. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. It really is amazing what you can do with this killer.
Absolutely, but that will be all she wrote for this match, as Aeternum will be taking home the trophy 2-0 in round number 2. So GG, WP to instant dodge. Some really good plays showing up. And honestly, Aeternum just scratching. Like, it feels like some of those games were really, really close. Despite the fact they went 2-0, it felt like it was kind of just a hair's margin in a lot of cases.